Now let's start the presentation. The title is Efforts for Safety and Health Management in Japanese IT Companies. The working environment in the Japanese IT industry is called 3K. 3K. K is the first letter of the Japanese language, so it needs some explanation. The first one, kitsui. Kitsui is tight or hard. It means the work is very hard, like this. Second, kibishii. It means strict. A very strict working environment where if they make a mistake, they could be in big trouble. And third, 結婚できない. It means unable to get married. They are so busy that they don't have time to meet lovers. Or in the first place, there is no chance of finding lover. Of course, it's half joking, but it's half serious. There are several other candidates for K. For example, 帰れない cannot return home. 給料が安い it means salary is low. And third, next is for woman. 化粧が乗らない doesn't apply makeup. And others. And there is another serious case. Serious. That is 危険 danger. This is not a physical hazard like in other work environments. It's a mental hazard. The Japanese IT industry suffers from excessive overtime and stress, which often leads to depression and other mental illness among engineers. The worst case is engineers died from overwork or chose to die themselves, which became a social problem. In order to overcome the situation in which many system engineers have mental health problems, it is necessary to correct overwork. In the IT industry, there are many cases in which development proceeds while program specifications are not clear. As a result, frequent specification changes occur. Even so, in order to meet delivery deadlines, it is necessary to work long hours and overwork. Under these circumstances, in 2013, a Japanese organization called Japan Center for Health and Safety of Working People conducted a survey and study on the working environment in the IT industry and made suggestions for improvement. First of all, the following points are presented as the factors of health damage from overwork for engineers. Factors. First, in system development, there are repeated changes in specifications due to the convenience of user companies. Second, Delivery deadlines must be met even under such circumstances. Third, lack of IT engineers. And fourth, workers may not receive sufficient education and guidance, and skill mismatches may occur, causing them to become mentally overwhelmed. In light of these factors, a number of suggestions have been made to various directions. Some of these are extracted here. First, if there is a change in specifications or addition of functions, make it an industry-wide agreement to pay additional fee and extend the delivery date. Second, establish a system for training and other activities to upskill workers. Third, maintain a good working environment. And fourth, establish a contact point where system engineers can consult comprehensively on technical aspects and problems. And many other suggestions were made. In this context, today, I'd like to talk about an example of my own actual mental health care. As I said earlier, I built computer systems in factories all over Japan. For several months before and after the computer system goes live, the system engineers work permanently at the customer's plant. At that time, we discuss with the customer and create a space, network environment, and work environment for the system engineer to work in the customer's factory. Then a number of system engineers work at the customer's factory for several months, sometimes staying at nearby hotels. In these situations, I had to pay attention to the following aspects of the working environment. First, a room with a window is better. Sometimes customers give basements as workspaces. However, this is the worst. If possible, it's better to have a room with windows so we can see the outside scenery. Even if the view isn't great, we want an environment where we can feel the passage of time in the sunshine. Second, go outside regularly to enjoy the sunlight and feel the breeze. Humans are not digital creatures. Sometimes we need to return to analog environment to regain our true selves. Ideally, every 2 hours, at least at lunchtime. It's important to go outside to get sunshine and fresh air to maintain mental health. And third, visualize issues and problems. It's very painful to do a job with no end in sight. To avoid this, we visualize the problems and issues that must be resolved. This doesn't mean using IT tools such as Excel to manage issues. It uses more analog methods. Specifically, we wrote an important issues on paper and pasted them on the whiteboard or wall. Then, when that issue is resolved, move to another wall. In reality, We use IT tools to manage issues, so there is no meaning in itself. It's like a game. However, this analog game was surprisingly popular among engineers. And fourth, have a conversation, make a smile. In short, communication is key. Don't worry alone, talk to someone. If you find someone who is struggling, talk to them. If you think you don't have the communication skills, you can ask someone else to fill that role. Project needs mood maker, both for the success of the project and for mental health. But in any case, when a big problem occurs, such a small countermeasure becomes meaningless. However, it's impossible to carry out a project in the IT industry without considering mental health care. Many people believe that there is no danger in the IT industry because IT engineers work in comfortable offices. However, in fact, there is a serious risk of mental illness. And this is not just a problem in Japan. It can happen in any country as the IT industry grows. Please recognize it as such. This concludes my presentation. Thank you everyone. Thank you.